one of this best of three here for the upper finals. It Masters 2 Reykjavik between NUTURN and Sentinels. It is going to be very exciting to see how this one starts off, and it's going to be Sentinels on defense.
I literally thought Sentinels was going to win convincingly. I thought NUTURN didn't stand a chance. Now I'm not so sure after these vetoes.
On the shower side to delay, so you see the split already coming out from NUTURN, already expecting that it's going to be slightly weaker on that B side, and they had that flash and dash available too. But it's still going to be the duelist working.
Damn, that was a good dart on that first guy.
The utility instead of Silva to clear things up.
And the push actually here is being somewhat dismantled. It's just one prong that remains.
It's just dueling,
which is the
just fighting.
long push, but
just
starting to
in the
disperse.
open, no fear.
Literally crouched in the open. I mean, they have their whole team here, right?
But can't really leave him out there by himself, and Shazam's gonna
dude,
take him down, so actually
they might just win off just individual performance, if anything.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
just gonna.
If they play their normal game and just run through them.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what they can do.
The problem is that if they give NUTURN like enough room to do these nutty execs that they have, then they could find themselves in some trouble. But yeah, if they just stay a little aggressive, fake some pressure, I think NUTURN is going to shell out.
2 kills into Hookah to show that, hey, the split, we expected it, even though they had less players. It still comes down to the aim battles, right? Tenz opened up quite well. And Perry at this point, he's just
it's a decade of experience right there.
Build the economy and just let Sentinels. Hopefully, you could catch someone on the mistake. Does get the headshot into Dapper, but that's it. Sentinels, they open up the board in this series.
And that means we'll go straight into the anti-eco there. The defenders of Sentinels having the
Dapper is so good at this game.
His SMGs, I'd imagine.
It's insane.
But what should we expect here
There's
from
so much impact in his role.
Obviously, they did not get
like
the
relative to
spike
the other people playing his role.
Never mind.
Like as like the solo anchor a lot of the time. I agree.
And that's something that's for me unorthodox.
Hey, he's doing the wall.
When you look at the playstyle of NUTURN, they actually just go for a force
the EU wall
to get a spike plant down. Even if they lose a round, but losing a round, not get a spike plant, and going for a buy, they just want to try to catch up right away. And they only killed 2 players too, right? But you see at the beginning of the round, they're holding a default because of that.
Dude, they actually bought?
They forced. Yeah, they forced.
They're so screwed.
They hold back on a default, and NUTURN seems to be wanting to just execute.
But just be a short pop with the breach flashes.
They're so screwed.
So just already fired his Spectre, so I think that this is known right now from Sentinels. They know that there's a buy coming through here, and they are going to
that right there is why you can't do that against an Astro.
Completely denied by Sentinels, and now
I don't know why they thought buy-in was a good idea though.
Now for NUTURN to get some kind of damage in on this round, and really there's a huge amount of pressure to get damage. They've done no damage so far. There's one headshot, a second comes through from Lakia. That is at least
try and
do some damage.
Yeah. Took away some guns.
We actually do love those
little spray and pray over there. Didn't work out, but
on this force buys that they have, and it just shows how an
almost
right now could be very detrimental to these explosive plays from NUTURN, right? As they're trying to dash across, you saw those stars came on the ground, Nova Pulse, Gravity Well. It just splits up only Jet allow by himself.
That's so
site,
funny.
And it's just an easy picking from an off angle just by towels, by the double backs at the A site for Sentinels.
At least he killed some on their full force.
Didn't even cross into the site. This should put them on a full eco right now for NUTURN.
That's actually so dope that I think tenz is like the only Reyna in this tournament.
As his force
yeah.
For NUTURN and Lakia.
He's really hard to prepare for because no one else is playing him.
On the 4th round, they should still be able to go
I think that's true.
Standard full rifle rounds.
It's not like Reyna's much to prepare for though.
But you have to worry about that person just playing super annoying and disruptive and then dismissing away. That's like something unlike any other agent.
I mean, I like to think of it as just a jet. Is that weird?
And then we can see that fault line towards
well, Reyna can like play like front APC and then dismiss to the backside, whereas a jet like doesn't really have a dash ability. So Reyna's can play like these weird off angles that are very difficult to account for without like Sova utility or sky flashes or something.
Well, basically you're saying like certain off angles and tight angles like a jet dash would work, but it would just get you in another vulnerable position and you die. Meanwhile, Reyna you could stick her there and she'll get out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They have such an enormous advantage on the weaponry that they just should never give peeks to these sheriffs. That's how they lose the round, is by giving a peek.
He misspoke.
He
misspoke. I understood what you're saying.
5v4 suddenly, you don't want to give those ones up.
You know you can spam that corner where Solo's in?
They're doing a good job.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I was talking about this with Paper Thin at the same time too.
With a Phantom?
No,
like with a Guardian.
In Korea, in general,
it's nice.
Didn't know that.
Yeah,
in warm up until you're actually able to hit maybe 20.
Thought you do Unbind? You buy Guardian for that spot specifically?
No, on this map, I buy it a lot because you could spam through all of you as well. Or yeah. You.
That's true.
It's nice. And then like the spams on shower, like that's even better. It's just better. It's just a better gun to spam through. Just random shit.
I think that gun is recoverable indeed.
I catch myself shooting through a lot of walls on this map for some reason.
That's
good though.
Playing for the content, you know.
The YouTube clips.
Yep. Does anyone know the spam yet? Have anyone learned it? The pillow spam or?
Oh. Able to get one. There comes the flash. Oh, he's in such a good position.
Oh, that's a big round for Sentinels to lose, actually.
What a flash.
That was so good.
Wow.
What a conversion. I don't
Talent.
think Sentinels had any idea.
See how hard that was to do?
The breach lurk. Literal breach lurk. Like winning them around.
Up towards Long B, made it all the way to spawn side and said, we know the Viper wall's there. We know that there's potentially a judge being played from Dapper from that previous round. Let's just play the long-range battle. And for him to catch that kill and take the Spectre
Wonder if Zombs had stars.
to allow the rest of NUTURN to work towards that.
If he did and he didn't use them, he's fucking up.
Was huge. Dapper mid-range with a judge. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. He loses it towards Hookah, and that was a much-needed eco for NUTURN. Because look at this, the tides have turned. They have the economy advantage for NUTURN's side, and Sentinels. It's now Sentinels' turn to be on an eco. But that said,
it's the dev nade right there.
Have a Marshal. He's playing towards his B side, where
I fear that nade.
Once again. So you're just again trying to hold the economy.
Those show matches back then were rough. Dude, they were rough.
I feel like that was supposed to provide positive attention for the game, but it actually backfired hard.
Yep.
Sentinels defense. And Sentinels, they do of course really want to lean as many.
Like looking at it now, it was fine, but at the time,
that's where they've seen the
you got so mad about it.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Like this really does call many things. The information to know what's going on, and.
Might have worked a bit.
They're just walking back and forth.
Yeah, so Shazam, his recon dart came up, he shot it towards Long B, and tenz is still watching Hookah Long B with the Marshal, so they had the right numbers advantage, and now they're guessing that it's going back towards B, and this is a perfect call.
A great fall line coming through the epicenter.
He hit that mid-air?
Yeah.
He did.
Oh, actually hit him. I think he leg shotted him there.
That right there, though, if he didn't do a quick scope, if he just left, he would have killed him right in the air for sure. Just because of how accurate that Marshal is.
Yeah, and he shoots so fast.
It's so fast. Yeah, he had enough time to left him twice. Dismiss, backside, take his gun. Woo. Just imagine.
I mean,
yeah.
Just killed like 4 off that.
That would be so sick. Yeah, I've learned to use the Marshal. I don't even scope in with that thing. I can't hit anything with it scoped. I just can't.
There we go. Sick, trying to do some damage there.
I use it like a better sheriff.
Yeah, I feel that. I can't hit any of my shots with any gun anyway, so.
Yeah, true. You always miss the first shot. You get like the third or fourth.
Yeah, thanks, Jordan.
Once we had Zeta that actually came into North America and was playing that breach, right? And he even played at some point with 180 ping and was still able to get aces across the board in North America. So now that we have a finer taste of how good he is in terms of the utility with the breach on different maps such as Split, for example, as well with Cloud9 currently, it now shows how good NUTURN.
I wish this game had like some wacky crosshairs, not just like how Counter-Strike has it with like the different ways of just size, length, blah blah blah. Like I wish there was like some weird custom ones.
I feel like you should be able to tilt the crosshair instead of being just like a cross. You can make it like an X essentially.
Oh, I see. Like the Sova symbol or whatever, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I also think they should do like 0.5s for all the sizes, because 1920 is kind of rough with some of the crosshairs.
Imagine 1440.
You're on 1440?
Yeah.
Like 1440? Oh, like you're on 2K?
Yeah. All the crosshairs. On 1440p, all the crosshairs look like shit. All of them. That's why I wish I had a custom one.
Yeah, I've never played this game above 1920. Does it look sick? Or is it just like super high def?
Yeah, it's just more clear, yeah.
Hang on, there's nothing going on towards A.
And I can tell you if I go to 1080, everything looks blurry, so it's doing something right, I guess.
Default right now for Sentinels, because again, another recon dart meanwhile went towards B, but here's the explosion towards the A site. Oh, that's a beautiful flash there coming in to allow Suggest to get the kill on Zombs.
That's what we need to see. I want to see more of that. The dash with the breach flash.
Indeed for NUTURN. 2 players on Shower side for Sentinels though, and you can. Oh, what a call from NUTURN. There is tenz still to worry about on the site. If they can deal with tenz, they're in a great position. There comes the straight through. That's good to deal with tenz. The recon dart sent forward as well to try to take control of the B.
He had his gun out, he might have won that fight.
Across the map at the moment, it's indeed the spike is on the ground by the TP.
It's close.
Doesn't matter.
Sat on right now. NUTURN have no way to recover it. Lakia's going to go down.
It's just classic.
It was a great idea to readjust, knowing that there's 2 players.
It's weird that they just took full control of U-Haul, like cleared all of short, but that was like the misdirection, and they're still trying to go B.
Yeah.
I don't even think it saw that player from NUTURN at long.
It worked, kind of. They needed a spawn smoke to support that hookah rush, and that guy Garden needed to wait for his team.
Yeah,
and then it
would have got a free kill.
Yeah, and then it would have worked.
It's a similar story than that pistol round. They dropped the spike.
They just didn't have a smoke for spawn, so the hookah guy died.
I mean, tenz ended up losing the duel, but still, I don't know, you want to crunch together. I think he lost the duel, right?
Yeah, he lost the second one. He got a kill, and then Shazam got a kill from spawn to hookah because of smoke. Yeah.
Trying to see somebody's playing close inside the area. You see that they're also setting up for a flash and also a fault line to allow Suggest to get into hookah at the same time to gain early map control. But then after that, the spike's still down though. They're still trying to see if Sentinels are going to try to play that hand where sometimes they want to push forward, but Sentinels are not. They still have that 3 players on that A site, 2 towards B, and just a utility from Astra is going to be good enough to try to hold them back.
There's a lot of really great small details there from NUTURN that I'm enjoying, but it looks like we're actually going to get the execute into this A site.
Oh, someone's going to kill while breach vaulted.
With a Spectre of all things.
And he gets a second one too.
Oh my god.
He's going to trade out Zombs, but it's all on Lakia now against multiple players. It's not going to happen. Sentinels defend 4-2. Now the score in favor of Sentinels.
That's just unlucky, really. Steal.
There are so many
2020
things
one.
Just,
or 2020.
Just unlucky, really.
Yeah.
It's tough, man.
Just really unlucky.
It's, you know, they're using the utility.
It's like they literally had to waste 2 ults on the U-Haul guy, and the U-Haul guy still got 2 kills off of 2 ults being used on him.
Try to take control close into Showers. It was a nice paranoia, a self-play from Perry to try to come out and win Showers, but somehow Shazam, sorry, not Shazam, but tenz is towards that Shower side. So Shazam is.
Really, I'm ahead of you. Have you refreshed in a while?
What's your time?
133, 132, 131.
You're 1 second ahead.
Okay.
Let's see.
Ahead.
Okay, now I'm 26, 25, 24.
Yep, exactly same.
You always just fall behind slowly.
Yeah.
Happens or I do, I guess.
It's bad internet.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The Astra utility is ready and waiting to defend this B site. Question is, will NUTURN go back? They certainly can, and they certainly have the utility to deal with Dapper in that Viper's pit.
Correct. Lakia still has his owl drone if they decide to fall back. So if they could waste out the utility out here. So he starts with shock darts just to add presence. That paranoia is going to be huge, but it still seems that they might want to commit at the beginning here.
Whoa, great catch from Shazam. Taking down Allow as he dashes forward.
I think that was his dart. He threw that dart like straight in the air and it tagged the jet as he dashed in. That was kind of sick.
Fantastic stuff there from Zombs. Gets 2 kills out of it. But through the TP they'll go right now. Already suggests that. Solo still hanging out by Market. Is going to find himself 1 sick, using the satchel to try to get back to A quickly. Knows that it's effectively a race to this site. Still has the paint shells. Still has the satchel. Can Sick find the first player? Yes, he can. There goes Lakia. A right click on the paint shell. Sick nails the clutch.
Just too easy, really.
No problem at all for him. And there's the defuse as well.
Yeah, so there was like he had to back up to get out of the nade, and he just couldn't shoot at the same time. Yeah. That was good. That was well played by Sick.
But he didn't want to use it right away. He knew that with about 15 seconds left,
and the teabag and the satchel.
Wasting money, dude. Come on.
I want to see how the jet got tagged. Like what tagged the jet as he was dashing out. Not gonna show it, but
it's definitely that dart that he shot up in the sky. I just don't know where it landed. I don't know if he winged it or if it was some sort of lineup.
Yeah.
an area where he has to play back instead of moving forward because of the radius of the paint shells.
It's also so strange to me that their breach is the lurker.
Yeah.
2 versus 1, a Red Bull clutch.
No way your only flashes, I guess, Omen 2 or your lurker.
It's going to be a force buy coming in, or maybe a half buy, but it's going to be the
Yeah, it only seems like they use their flashes early to do something like that. Get some like control, and then they leave it.
Maybe commit to it finally, and they open it up with the first kill.
Wait, I guess it's fair to do it.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like they don't. I feel like unless it's a set strat that they do, like a set exec, they're not flashing while they're taking something. You know what I mean? Like if there's no jet dash or satchels flying in, they're not just. He's not there because he's just lurking,
just sitting in a corner somewhere. Yeah.
It's weird. It's different. I don't know if it's bad.
No, yeah, they had this play in shower, and then they had to play U-Haul or the jet dash. And other than that, I feel like he's had like 2 or 3 flashes the whole round.
Yeah.
Still trying to try to get a pick towards his B side.
It's almost interesting like that. Even in post plants, I feel like they're using their flashes just to delay, rather than like NA or NA would do something like push and get control and try to get a pick. Which I think is the better option, but oh my god.
Both down. Allows trying to get spacing to trade solo, but walks into the spray. Unfortunately,
that sucks. You're up 2 numbers.
It was looking good, and then all of a sudden,
yeah, you're up 2 numbers, 5v3, and then it's just even.
Has to ferry that across now to the site to plant. Very limited time
here. Comes the ult.
He's going to satchel through. Oh, he's actually insane. There's the showstopper as well.
He got off the bomb too.
Sealed the deal. Is there time? There's no bodies left alive to carry that spike forward. It's going to be another round in the bag for Sentinels.
Sick has been fundamental there on that hold.
Yeah, I'm assuming what happened was they saw their bind, they're like, nope, we're not scared. It's not like it's looking really insane right now.
Spacing was a little bit off this time for a NUTURN. They were looking for that fight for Sick. He's using that cover perfectly in front of the APC to even still get.
I just don't really like the way that NUTURN plays their attack.
I'm unsure what. Like they got those 2 picks. I feel like that could have been an easy group and just exec together smoke flashes.
But they split, right? They try to do like an A split with 2 shower, 3 short.
Yeah.
When they have no weapons, really, it's kind of interesting. Like if the second they got all the way up shower, I feel like the breach should have walked up short and like flashback side or something too.
You still want to farm these orbs up from 6 side. So Sentinels are playing this quite well here, where NUTURN, I know they're trying to force these rotations out, they're trying to force the hand, but they're not getting too much out of it so far since these gun rounds came in.
And one quick note as we are here in this tactical timeout from NUTURN is, regionally speaking, the difference in, the whole Vandal versus Phantom debate definitely seems to be that the Vandal's a little bit more popular in Korea than the Phantom, which is definitely, that's in North America, it's Phantom or bust, I feel like.
Oh, man, it depends on the maps. I think for me, I'm both. On a map like Bind, I do love playing the Vandal at the same time, especially on defense.
I was like, did tenz ult last round? He must have.
To battle out towards hookah area, but then
I don't think he got any. Did he?
Play, right? So it's easier.
I'm not sure if he ulted, but he definitely didn't get anything if he did.
I did see some.
He probably ulted, it expired, he got 1.
The Vandal's been looking,
yeah, maybe because he saw a point.
I feel like he did it super early and it just timed out.
And Lockheed are kind of using it, right? You see how clutch they've been in the past games. So just continues the high percentage of the.
That's crazy that he's the only one playing Reyna this whole tournament.
It's been pretty good for them.
It is. I think it's the first pick of Reyna, right? No other teams played on any of the other maps.
Yeah.
With now the pause
that's crazy.
A lot of bodies from NUTURN.
So I feel like Reyna is pretty common in NA.
Sorry, they'll hookah control once again.
Okay, maybe not pretty common, but more than 1 in all the matches.
Snake bite.
Yeah, and the pressure on hookah is.
I think pretty common's right to say.
Actually showing presence directly. They're not just utility, but players. And they have also Perry on the Omen sitting at short A in case Sentinels respond by pushing short, as Dapper sometimes plays closer around that position. Nothing doing, though, for Sentinels around that spot, so Perry's going to rejoin the rest of his teammates, which definitely suggests to us this is going to be a committed play here onto this B site. The Sentinels looking ready for it.
They're doing something. They're execing somewhere.
Yeah, you have Dapper once again. He could slow things
down. Do they fake it and hit the TP, or are they just going to send it here?
I think they hit it.
It's going to be a last-second hold, but it's off solo that they try to execute into B again for NUTURN.
Dapper somehow avoiding absolutely everybody on the
Wow,
side.
Dapper played that
so...
Oh my god, so well. He completely saw that guy that was revealed on the right hand. Or I don't know if he's revealed. I don't know if Silver works like that. But that guy that was on the right hand side just ignored him. Worked all the way around.
He was breach stunned. He was getting Sova ulted, and he still somehow dodged them and got 3 and almost a 4th. That was insane.
Be able to find a 1v1 here. Soms is close. Lakia turns the corner, but Soms knows he's got a great timing on that one.
I'm not really sure what.
And Lakia's down. Another round in the bag for Sentinels.
Oh, that was his own teammates.
And they were ready, Dan. You mentioned
I'm not really sure what happened.
Was it?
I think it was, yeah. That was the Sova ult was his own teammates. His own teammates hit him, yeah.
Just a trade off if needed. But you don't need to trade out if Dapper is going to go ham like that. And not only that, yes, it did execute quite well for NUTURN, I like to say. Solo going
we'll be able to tell in a second, because if Shazam saw his ult. Wait, no, it was the other team's ult. You see the Sova ulting from long TP.
Yeah, I'm saying his teammate hit him. I thought it was Shaz's, but it wasn't.
You're already coming in with decay on top of that, so you're melting down, getting into the site. So anchoring a Viper.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that went so wrong. Dapper just, if Dapper didn't, if he didn't wrap around that left side, I think they would have won. It all just came around Dapper going around that left side and just completely owned them. Because they were all on the left side pushing and trading the left.
Why try to fix things, right?
I feel like the Astral Wall was big too, because it supported him to not die from the hookah guy either.
Yeah.
That's really good.
With that showstopper, able to take down one. That's U-Haul control in the bag. And
okay.
Another one off with the classic. This is a great look so far from NUTURN. They've got full control of the site.
How did they just win this so convincingly? What the hell just happened?
They win the last round how they did, now they lose a round like this. It's just so Valorant.
It's not looking fantastic for them at all. Tenz will try to bully his way forward, but
Dad's just left or what?
Tag him and he's going to be forced back.
Yeah, pretty quiet game so far by Tenz too.
For Shazam and Tenz as they make their way forward. NUTURN not overstepping.
I mean, I feel like the only reason it's kind of quiet for him is because his team is kind of owning. I feel like everybody, like Dapper's holding well.
Yeah, they also are
like they're all holding well.
Wait, did we speak too soon?
Won't be able to defuse the spike at this point, but maybe he can make it hurt on the way down.
Oh, it's looking
that
way.
I feel like Sentinels plays very unconventionally at B. Like they don't fight for hookah. They have Viper stuff there, but they're like turtling in the site. Or they feel like most teams will try to like hold hookah or like have like a hookah trap where the Rays will try to nade through the TP and stop it. Sentinels just like, yeah, you can have hookah, but you're gonna have to enter into the site, and we're gonna have 3B every round. So good luck with that. I think it's hard to play against.
I'm wondering if that was a read from NUTURN, and that's why they hit so quickly at A.
Yeah, you saw the Rays like Boombot into or satcheled into U-Haul before they even realized what his ult. Yeah, it could have been. But now, in typical fashion, they're going back to trying to default again. And there it is.
Dude.
Oh, that almost took someone out.
I think they might have still been vulnerable.
NUTURN, I think they're in a position now where they need some control of something.
That would have been epic.
They don't have hookah control. They don't have be long. They don't have showers.
Just whiffing, really completely whiffing those darts.
Yeah. Come on, Sova. You can't do us like this.
For NUTURN to take this away. NUTURN aren't just holding though. They're just waiting.
God, you should see me play Sova. I'm so bad.
They still have the pain shells coming out. Waiting for the
you're probably pretty sick.
For Lakia at the same time too.
My darts are the worst.
Just so they can take a push,
you just wing everything?
Yeah, everything. I don't have a lineup for anything, so they can either be, they're either absolutely insane or garbage. There's no middle there.
Looking to be another slow default for NUTURN. Try to force out a rotation with
you just gotta learn some lineups. They're not that hard. Just gotta double bounce them and full
yeah, but the
problem.
So the problem here, like with me, is that you gotta learn some lineups. So I play the character, I learn some lineups, and then I'm bored, so I go play Jet or I go play Reyna or go play someone else, and then I play them for so long that I forget the lineups. Then I go through that whole process again.
Yeah.
So then I just accepted the fact that I just won't do it. And
he's looking to get more here, but
yeah,
actually able to convert some frags.
Sick is owning.
Damage from U-Horse up to Solo, and he's just too slow for that one. Dapper swings around the side with the Spectre to close things out in this round. Another one here for Sentinels.
I'm actually surprised they were able to make it out of shower with 15 seconds left when they had Asher still. I don't know if there was a star there, or maybe he uses suck on short. But
four Sentinels did work quite well on the back of how Sick has been playing towards this U-shaped hallway. So with that, the run and gun very strong for that Spectre
toxic, really.
And the Sentinels are just
really just toxic. Yeah, just the NA mentality, just so toxic.
From NUTURN of just like maybe exploding into these sites, playing these defaults have been working a little bit here just to at least get the spike down, but they're losing a lot of bodies right now at the
time to alt tenz and just own them.
I think again, leveraging how Solo plays with his utility to enable maybe a double duelist to get into the sites, they could come out with something on top later on.
On the Viper's Pit on A short again from Dapper. Previously, when Dapper did this,
I definitely don't know what we got across.
Just went for
I don't think it's a matter, but
they split B. I know
it's funny because they've pretty much given hookah every round, but they're still wasting Boombot, sometimes nade, first Sova dart. I feel like they don't even need to waste all that.
There are two players still around B, which may try to sell something. Perry's there as well, so 3 around B here for.
Oh my god, dude.
Is he going to finish this one off?
Oh, he got him.
That looked just difficult. That looked difficult to do.
It is, and he got a 1D off right after that ult too.
It's just evolved into pure chaos here in this round. Dapper could be the man to maybe bring some sense of this one.
No.
Able to take down Solo, but the trade's through.
4v1.
And now tenz is alone, so
tenz got this, right? Certainly he wins these.
His ult is gone, but
just went down. Only half armor as well.
We were talking about the default force rotate. I think off that Hunter's Fury.
He knows one's heaven.
On top of that, I like the idea of Shazam pushing down.
Kills Jet. Full suck.
Yeah,
150.
Yeah, he's got it.
Out the Hunter's Fury. But to be able to get a flick shot, it was probably off. It was definitely off camera, but probably was a flick shot coming in.
Pulling the Asuna, walking around with his knife out.
He knew he was there.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he figured he dropped. I'm not sure.
Have good positioning from Allow and from Solo to trade that off right away and secure.
Good half still by Sentinels. That's big. 8-4.
That's positive to end the half for NUTURN.
Oh, they show the 1D after this too.
Great result.
Shazam whiffed.
Good defense there from Lakia. Able to catch the punch.
I think that if he got that kill, the round would have been theirs.
4 rounds, it's definitely workable. And again, something that's been so fun in the past to watch from NUTURN. And
wait, did you just say he pulled an Asuna?
Teams from this region.
Yeah.
Is that what he does a lot? Knife out?
Yeah, he runs around with his knife out a lot. I respect it. It's just, you know.
We might see something like that here towards long.
Sometimes you get caught.
Especially when it's 2
So yeah, and sometimes you look like a god because you just have such a fast flank.
Potentially coming it down with Suggest at the same time, but Zoms is waiting for it. So they didn't go for a flash. They played for a contact. They're playing for a lot of bodies. Super passive play for Sentinels, and they know that the A site's weak now. Dapper's already inside the A site.
They're not sure
The
if
4 push.
Control, though. They will slowly try to clear
4 push long B.
NUTURN. Actually,
I don't know if I've seen that one before.
So they still have a ways to go.
It's not terrible because now they have
So this might go down
a
to
triple flank, but
yeah, but it's just going to be so many bodies watching that flank. They might be able to catch Zoms. Okay, he was able to come
out. Ooh, this is not looking good.
So
they might not expect Zoms. Uh-oh.
Oh,
It's
no.
looking very dangerous here for Shazam. Sending out the shock darts, the snakebite will delay things somewhat.
Oh, no.
He is dead.
Absolutely owned. There's nothing he can do about that. tenz and Dapper left standing.
tenz got
doing the damage here. They don't know about tenz.
They're running around with their knives out too.
Be able to heal off of that kill and finish the job.
The first guy the breach just knife out trying to run this site. Just no fear of a guy in U-Haul at all.
Just seem to be closing time and again.
Yes, it's just difficult there for NUTURN. Yes, they had the numbers advantage or at least a lot of bodies to set up for these trades, but when you're playing
your chat is saying that was probably a counter strat because apparently the last 2 times they played blind they did the same thing.
You're just trying to go for
I don't know if they're trolling or not, but
and sometimes they're guessing a 50 or guessing the wrong angle. tenz is waiting there. Sentinels had a perfect crossfire setup on the first get-go, but still
the 4 walk down long B.
Yeah. So people are like, they always do that. Like,
okay. Really?
There for Sentinels to guarantee that round.
With 4 though? Like 4 people.
Inside that showers, gravity well in.
I can understand a 2, maybe a 3, but 4?
Yeah, usually you see 3. I don't know about 4.
And it's gonna be actually sorry, it's Sick going back. So it's just gonna be a slow play for Sentinels right after that.
The A-short push comes through though. Dapper's waiting for a beautiful angle on this one. Oh, actually gets spotted, and they might be able to finish him off here, and that would be a great result. He is proving to be quite troublesome. Tenz is there for support, so
if there's a player you don't want to feed eco kills to, it's Tenz.
10-4 now. Sentinels with quite a nice lead. But we will be going into the first buy rounds here for NUTURN, and so this is where the comeback starts. If there is to be one, it needs to get started right here.
So twice that NUTURN tried to go with the contact play with the pistols. First time on long B, second time just to try to see if they could run for a double peek down towards short A, but super passive play from Sentinels after the initial utility that was thrown towards Shower's side to really funnel them towards.
You got practice today, Hiko?
I don't actually.
By Tenz with that Bulldog.
Weekend? What day is it? Friday?
Friday. We had a couple teams cancel on us, so I think we're trying to practice on Sunday instead of today. Something like that.
Lurking on his side at short A.
Yeah, Dapper's pretty deep here. He's going to actually just dip completely through the TP. He'll go. NUTURN quite well set up here to defend the B sides. Solo baiting for Allow there. Scary position to be in, but as Jet definitely answers. A nice flash coming through from Solo. Lakia spots the
There we go, some aggressive breach flashes.
Big pickup though. Allow will finally go down in hookah, and the push comes through to complete.
Why not practice every day? Because that's just not how it works.
Again, it looks good at the offset for NUTURN.
Every single day? Every single day you're going to line up scrims with no cancellation of other people? No, nothing? That's rare. Like, you might think you want to practice every single day, but then just like Hiko said, today, 3 teams canceled on him. What are you supposed to do? Teams you're practicing against canceled. What do you do?
It is going to be a save for him, and Sentinels will be moving up to another.
You watch matches, I guess.
It looked good at the beginning, but they still don't have an answer when Sentinels actually execute into the site. And you still have to be careful for Dapper, though. The way that he's continuing to lurk like that, they're controlling the pace quite well.
Yeah, definitely.
It's looking like the beginning of the end here already.
Yeah. They sort of split the defense across hookah and long, and really relying on the breach utility to allow a good defensive.
That's so
option,
unlucky.
You see, like, he's peaked for 1 second, and it just so happened the timing right when the Sova dart was like the scan was reaching him.
Just going to continue to condition now some early presence from Sick.
This was NUTURN's pick, I think, right?
A little bit of a change though.
You can practice solo. Doesn't really work like that, but
a 3-player stack from NUTURN on the A site.
Sometimes practicing solo is a negative impact. Like if you were to, okay, so if you were to
just holding position
instead, like, okay, imagine this. Imagine a world in where you're practicing against professional teams and scrimming for a week, okay? And then you take your same team that you practice with, and they all decide to do ranked instead for a week. That's bad. That's not practice. That's just bad. You know? There is a world in which no playing can actually be a positive outcome.
He's going all of the way here. Sick with an extremely forward position. They have no idea about this one. How deep will he go? Is he going to try to actually get into spawn? He's going into spawn. He's going all the way. Solo though from up top.
He took out the classic.
Deal with Zoms at least.
Are you trying to explain why pro teams don't play 7 days a week?
Yeah.
12 hours a day?
Yeah. Like someone's like, why not practice every day to be better? And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I mean, playing too much hurts.
Yeah, bro.
Most of the time.
Lucky has almost diffused it entirely, and there it is. There's nothing that Sick can do.
And also, even if let's say you were the one that wanted to do that, just like today, your practice, your teams that you're scrimming against, canceled. What are you supposed to do then? Play ranked? It's not fucking practice. That's not practice.
Just have like a 8-hour-long theory crafting session. It's like, yeah, that's, you know.
There's a point and there's a cap in which you like when you're like even like when you're practicing, like if you just like go too hard, you're actually just hurting yourself more than you're helping.
Yeah, you don't know. I have a wild term for you. Diminishing returns, right?
Yep.
You practice too much, and it actually hurts you more than it helps you.
Yeah.
If nothing else, like your mental with the teammates, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff to it. People just wouldn't get it.
No, they. Yeah.
We're this is a J Omega Lil B, and you know we should just be on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
The timing is really bad for NUTURN on this one. Sentinels picked the perfect moment. Very well played. Perry in the back halls there would suggest not a lot to be done at the moment, especially with the smokes down. But yeah, that gravity well, it completely blew up the NUTURN's aggression on long, and because of that, they were then just caught in a really awkward timing. So especially Astra gravity wells, man, they're something to deal with.
They've definitely been quite strong because at the same time too, you're showing a body down towards that long B, so you think there's going to be a little bit more presence there. So you're still
people took your diminishing returns quite literally, too literally, I think.
Yeah,
I think they took it so literally that they missed the point. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's fine. Sometimes you got to pick your battles with Twitch chat. Sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes you just let them just ride it out until they forget.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, this match is not even close.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even, I don't want to say it's not entertaining, but it's just like Sentinels are just pushing and just killing them every round, it seems. They just have no chance.
Like, I was worried that they let Bind in, but Sentinels must have, like, watched them play Bind and realized we could take this. Like, we'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we thought the same thing, that, oh, Sentinels doesn't really play Bind against most teams. We'll play them. And then we play them and they beat us like 13-4. And it's like, oh, okay, well, that was great. What a great thought process we had there.
Because NUTURN wants to get aggressive, right?
That's what I'm saying, though. It's just such an awkward playstyle to play against. You don't get to, they don't play Bind the way normal teams or the way most teams play Bind, where, you know, like I said, a lot of teams will fight for hookah, and Sentinels just basically says, we'll throw some utility in there, but you can have hookah if you want it on their defense at least. And, you know, good luck trying to execute me. You have 3 guys in like triangle formation in the site, ready with Sova Dart and flashes and Viper. Like, it's hard to play against that. And, you know, Astra sucks from across the map too. It's just like, what can you do?
And I think this is what the second tactical timeout that NUTURN's used, right? So they don't have any more left for the map. So you don't only need to focus into this round. Of course, you have to focus into this round because losing this round, you lose the map. But you have to also think 2 or 3 rounds ahead. How can you now start anti-stratting, understanding how Sentinels currently plays? And outside of those gravity wells towards long B,
Perry is not having the great one. Not having the great one here.
What do you mean?
I think he's like 1 in 13 right now.
Perry?
I believe. They're Omen.
Oh, Perry. Oh my god. I thought you were... Wow, my brain. Okay.
What Perry do you think I was talking about?
I thought you were talking about Penny, and I'm like, what match are you watching right now? I misheard.
It's always the Omens. It's a meme. And in ranked, your Omen is always like the worst player.
It's just about figuring out a way to get into a setup where you can use both of those effectively.
Dude, I just realized, what is this? This comp for defense is terrible.
Trying to hide it by starting it.
Yeah.
I just realized what comp they're running right now.
killing blow of the Hunter's
They're
Fury.
double duelist breach,
That's some
and they
early
won
information.
what 3 rounds on attack, and they didn't do anything explosive. That's what we were talking about even on their Haven. Their Haven just looks odd.
Oh, we're about to see it.
But after that, now you're falling back.
Was Haven map 2?
I think so, yeah.
As that Eldro comes up,
Let me check.
you had Sick walk in, and that's an early kill, a great way to start things off for Sentinels. It's evened up on a 4-4 right after.
Oh
though,
man,
but
this might be a
Sentinels are still
quick
looking to
2-0.
team up and work towards
This might be a swift one.
So Jester's actually making his way over as well. Might find a timing. Has the Vandal too. Going to be key in converting the kills here and holding Hookah, which he will do successfully. Allow comes in, out the TP. Dapper with the trade though, and that is the spike. Recoverable there for Dapper. He'll grab that one and ferry it back to safety.
I think he knows he's in showers.
To the A site.
He heard him or something.
Where is the
Yo,
A
boys,
site
I'm gonna
player?
dippity
I think Tenz
for the
has
day.
some
It was
sort
fun,
of a
though.
read here.
I see. You
Tenz
came
is
back just to
Later.
say you're leaving.
Yeah,
Whatever.
all right, you've been gone for a while.
You've been gone
All
for
right.
so long, you come back to say you're leaving. You should have just left, man.
I should have.
I'm just kidding.
I've been sitting. Though.
Toxic.
Arrow comes through. He knows he can
Alright,
dive through the
GG's,
snake
guys.
bite. He knows
Later.
the
Later.
pressure is on here for Sentinels. Dapper has to go forward and plant the spike.
That's really
Jess
just
could
so
make a
dad
play
of him
try
to do
deny
something
it.
like that.
And there is the peak
I'll
from
be honest,
Tenz.
if that was
It's
me,
off
I
the
would have
parry
just left.
in the 1v2. NUTURN alive.
He's been AFK for like the last hour.
Yeah.
It might be overhead just here unless Perry can come up with something.
Wait, he's back. Shh, he's back.
Nick
DR,
will hear the
DR.
stepping that Perry's making. They will have a read of his position. Perry using the time that he has to walk through the toxic.
He tried to go
street. It
through.
doesn't feel good here for Perry. It's, I
Like,
think it's
nope,
fully
going
filled up
back.
as well.
They tried to
Leading
go
all
through and
the way
he
from the
hit the
block of Sentinels
box.
Until finally Tenz will finish off
Oof.
Perry. And
That
is
was
the
first
map
painful to watch.
in the bag for
Great if you're a
Sentinels.
Sentinels fan. Great if you're from an A.
performance
Great
from
if
them.
you're,
I think we
you know,
saw
an NA fan, but
many dangerous
that
rounds
was
from NUTURN, but Sentinels
so one-sided.
always looked strong in the face of those obstacles, and they never looked back.
They're happy to be here, though.
Exactly. Even just looking
They are
at
definitely
that
happy to
two
be
versus
here.
one, the fact
They're
that
cheesing.
they still knew that Perry was lurking around. Maybe
That's
even
good.
flanking
I like
Perry.
that. Their mental is
Just
good. They're
showing
not like
how
super
comfortable
depressed, super emo. They're like,
Sentinels
all right,
were playing
we're gonna go
into that
outside,
first map on
talk it
Vine,
off,
just
shake it off.
understanding how to play that mid
Next
round
map,
two,
Haven. It's a new map.
how to play
We're not very good at it,
round
but it's
to
definitely a new
the remaining
map.
members into the round. So it's been Sentinels all the way. No answers could have been found here for NUTURN. They have tried a couple of different things. Those fault lines to enable from showers instead of short A at the beginning too. But you
I thought Justin was supposed to come back for this, but he's gonna wake up. He's gonna realize NA is number one, and that's it. He'll be good to
Right
go.
back to sleep.
All right.
As Jet on the A side.
Any kind of
They
like
have to
team
find a way
drama
to
or like
stop it,
teammates
and I
or
think they
whatever,
get the
it doesn't
full
matter.
ones
Like,
that
they look like the
have
best team,
key
and
for Solo on
they
that
deserve
first
this,
map, and
so
for NUTURN could
it's,
definitely
we're
be
getting live
a
here. Let's see
detrimental onto
what ends
how
up happening,
Tenz,
but
sorry, could
I think
set up as Sentinels on this
I think this is
or
about
at
to be
least
the
on A
swiftest
side to
2-0 of
start,
the whole
as
tournament.
they're looking for
Maybe
control
not,
here
though.
for Sentinels at the choke point area. It won't spot anything, so they might be able to rotate one player back.
Both NUTURN and Sentinels feeling one another out in the early moments here on Haven. You can see that's, I mean, we've seen this from Sentinels so far this tournament. They do often like to opt into just playing quite a passive opening just to really allow their opponents, well, allow themselves time to see what their opponents want to do.
I don't know if you guys were watching yesterday,
Not
but
really showing any weaknesses or
NUTURN plays this weird like hyper aggressive comp, but they play it very passively. They play it very like they don't really like dash up with the breach flashes usually. They default a lot instead of being like hyper aggressive, which is different than on teams that run double duelist breach. So we'll see if they've changed anything or if they're gonna get stomped in Haven like they have the last 2 times they played it. Hopefully it's a close one, Chad. Hopefully we get a map 3, but
it's not going to work. But look at this. They're falling back to try to sell a fake towards this A side because Perry stays inside this corner. So up to Solo.
this weird
and
thing
also
too
up
where
to Lakia.
their breach
They
is like
throw
their
the first fault
lurker.
line.
It's so
It forces
weird.
actually Shazam to rotate towards the A side, but the hit
Diction?
is still going to happen towards C.
13-6 Sentinels win this
Yeah,
map.
I love this from NUTURN. Really trying to big brain Sentinels here, but there comes the flash, and Sentinels now know exactly what's going on. 6 deep, he's in the cage actually. He's gonna have to try to pick. Oh my god, Sick is nuts! Great shot there, and that's going to eliminate most of these entry fraggers here for NUTURN. 7 seconds to go, they've got to plant the spike. They've got to start playing the spike, there's no
Oh,
time.
he stopped it. No time to
Zolos,
plant.
He's done it.
It's over.
The round is impossible to win now, there's just no time. And Sentinels will pick it up, despite a few extra kills coming in late here for NUTURN.
Wow. Well, I guess that's a silver lining, right? There's no spike plant for NUTURN. Sola gets 4 kills and a death.
Like, I don't know if Shroud. I don't think Shroud's back yet. But dude, these guys have such an aggressive and like such a good comp to just like dash, satchel, flash in, but they don't. They're running the clock out every round. We saw it the last 2 times they played Haven. It's the same thing. They're executing with like 15, 20 seconds left, and they have to go through Cypher cages, Astra sucks, Dart. Like, it's so hard.
And no force buy this time from NUTURN. Mackie just hopping up, looking to get in towards B. Well, he destroyed a tripwire for his troubles, at least. Oh, wow. Hello.
Okay.
Nice catch. Oh, speaking of a good catch, Solos. Gonna take down Zombs as well. There's only 3 players left now for Sentinel. Oh, no. This is getting quite awkward. They have to get the spike though, and it's actually back window, which is precisely where tenz is. tenz could still save this round. He spotted the spike. Oh my goodness. Well, there goes Perry, and he's lit up Allow. Like, Allow can't really fight tenz at all, and tenz knows it. He's gonna finish him off.
At least Perry got the kill before he died, right? So that actually puts tenz on his own. It's
a 2 winnable here.
1, but tenz could definitely be the clutcher.
Oh, they wasted breach ult
the
for
rolling
this.
thunder. He loved to see it.
Oh, you're back, Shroud?
Yeah, that's bad timing.
I love that.
In typical NUTURN fashion, they just get demolished piss round by time running out, and then this round they force and win, but off a breach ult. Breach ult second round.
Oh, you're saying NUTURN played a slow pistol and lost due to time, and now they got...
And now they just push and kill everyone.
Okay. What's their comp? Is it the standard?
Same,
Yeah,
same to dead.
Same thing.
Jet raise breach, yeah.
Yeah, same as dude. I feel like it's such a dated comp, man.
It's like first strike comp.
Yeah.
Almost dodged that too with a dash.
Which at this point is like 6 months ago now.
It is Sentinels on this marsh.
I wonder why. Why are they running this?
Here for them.
I mean, they've gotten this far, so it's got to be working, kind of.
Yeah, but the thing is, not off their Haven. This is the third. This is the okay. The last 2 times they played Haven is, what did you say? 16-3, 16-4,
13-5s, both of them.
or sorry, 13, not 16. My bad. But yeah, I mean, like I said, they're playing this hyper aggro comp, and they're not playing hyper aggressive. They're not abusing like jet, raise, breach. Their breach is still lurking.
It's hard to say though, because remember how we found out that NUTURN has the worst starts ever?
Yeah.
Their worst starts were on Haven. Haven was the first map that they got 13-5 on, both BO3s. So I don't know. You know, I don't know how accurate that is. If they always have such a slow start.
Was Haven the first map both times too? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah. Both 13-5s were the first map, and then they ended up winning the second one, and the third one. So they might just have a really not a bad Haven, but a bad start.
Well, you wonder if it's just also the regional difference too. Just on Haven, all these teams are playing Astra, and you know, I don't think Vision Strikers plays Astra on Haven. So if nobody from Korea really plays Astra, and all of a sudden they're playing all these EU and NA teams that do play Astra, or even like the post plant lineups, like the Viper, Brim, Killjoy, Sova, it might just be they haven't seen this. They haven't had to deal with like trying to X you with 15 seconds, and all of a sudden you're getting Astra sucked, arrowed, darted, like everything.
Yeah.
And have less bodies for Sentinels, less chances for Sentinels.
That said, I mean, they're halfway to their normal score line, so
just running down that map,
that's fucked up.
Trying to create that diversion, trying to force the rotations, and running back towards that seaside. It's something definitely night and day from their bind play, where it was static on a default to try to figure out Sentinels. But so far, it's been going pretty well to control the map at the beginning.
For some reason, NUTURN's playstyle reminds me of T1. I don't know why.
As I mentioned that,
because that's how T1 plays as well. They walk around and try to execute with like 15 seconds. They do like the old school CS thing. Or I call it seesawing. I know you.
I said ping pong, but seesaw's way better.
Yeah, they seesaw around. They try to find an opening, and if they don't find one, they execute with like 15-20 seconds left.
Running low on those. Hunter's Fury comes through. Oh, this is a fantastic.
I'm not trying to say Korea is a bad region or anything. I just think they're not used to it. It's just a different playstyle.
Such a smart read. Ten's got the information, knowing they grouped up in a lobby. It's hard to dodge that Hunter's Fury if you're shooting.
Ryan was saying that T1 is just all over the place, changing their comps right now, trying to figure out where they want to land.
Still a problem, and the dash too.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing Sean said. There's just so many like different comps and agent lineups you can run that it's hard to land on something. Like, what is considered meta?
Yeah.
Every region has their own meta.
Yeah.
There's the spike. I mean, Perry can do whatever he
I feel like what's meta is just what your team can do the best.
Yeah,
like that's pretty much what it is. Because like as weird as it is, because like they're professional players, but as weird as it is, some people just like they just can't perform the same if they were told, all right, you're our Astra now, and they were Jet the whole time. You know, some people just can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people that are actual, like, can only play one agent. Like, there's Jet one tricks that can only play Jet. And so they base their agent lineup around, you know, that knowledge.
Unfortunately, I just don't think that's... I don't think... If you're that kind of player, I just don't think this is the game for you, in my opinion. If you want to be a long-term player in this scene.
I agree.
I think you need to learn to adapt. You need to up your pool, and you need to be constantly ready, because like Riot isn't Valve. They're not just gonna sit here and let the game just exist and do nothing.
Exactly. I mean, I feel like you know, my team talks about it a lot sometimes, and we think that, like, depending on like what map you're playing, if you're starting attack or defense first, the team you're playing against, like, it'll eventually be you flex to whatever agent is best against them.
Yeah. That's what Sean said. Sean said that same thing.
It just makes sense. It's gotta go that way eventually. This game is just so new. You can get away being a one trick for now.
Dude, if Dapper got one entry, this would have been a super easy round for them. One entry kill on that exact. Oh my god.
Perry's feeling himself now.
That was a nice shot. One entry though, then that would have been convincing.
It would have changed everything.
Yeah, that first kill. That Dapper kind of whiffed.
I feel
like it's so easy to whiff in this game, and I don't know why.
The standard way, usually when you see an Omen inside that C choke and he throws that paranoia,
makes me mad how easy it is to whiff.
At the same time, though, you have some great flashes being thrown by Solo just by the same spot at Logs 2 to flash the default in the back.
It's just like, you know, just don't whiff, just aim better.
Yeah, like I guess, like I don't know, you just like what can like.
We can't all be like you, Shroud. We can't just all have sick aim.
No, I was saying that from a personal experience, man. It's so easy to whiff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Look at Tenz's position. He's in a great spot for a 2.
Maybe it's my res.
And there it is.
Maybe it's just everything. Res, crosshair, mouse, change it all.
Looks like everything's being defended quite nicely here by Sentinels.
Well, I can tell you, it's most definitely not my computer. That I've guaranteed throughout my whole career.
You have a NASA right now?
Yep. It's just the 5950X. It's so good for this game.
Oh man, I kind of want to build a computer with that.
What do you have?
I have a 10900X, I think.
Intel?
Like an i9. Yeah, i9. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
It's fine, but I was told at the time that the i9 was better, but now everyone's saying the AMD is actually better. So
yeah, that one, it's not bad, but like it's definitely good. But for whatever reason, the AMD CPUs are just so insane on games like this. I don't know why.
Yeah, you're just running around World of Warcraft with 7,000 FPS.
I wish, but still very high.
Oh, sorry, 6,000.
6,000, yeah, 6,000.
And the showstopper's going to come out here for Suggest as well.
What was that noise?
Entry into the A sites.
Someone was sucking a straw.
It looked like he could have gotten the crash on the player in heaven, but they'll still get the spike planted. Meanwhile, though, Sentinels are coordinating for a retake. The Cosmic...
Oh.
Stream dead for you too?
Oh, that was you too?
Yeah.
Heck, everyone else is seeing it. Oh yeah, what the heck? It died for both of us at the same time.
Takes one with him. I mean, Lakia
is just refresh?
Yeah, you gotta refresh. That's weird.
The flick is
Oh.
pretty quick there from Lakia, but still just too much to handle. And Sentinels begin to pull away again.
Just a couple people left.
Just a beautiful
Me and Hiko.
from Sentinels, because
Couple.
not only the Cosmic
a
Divide,
couple.
it allows Sentinels to get into the site, but combining
What
it
time
with
is in your run right
the
now?
gravity
27,
well at that
26.
default. After
Okay,
a plant,
you're a second
you're
ahead of
sticking
me.
around that area as a plant carrier, the plant spiker, you're trying to watch that window side, you get pulled
20,
away,
19,
and immediately
18?
headshot it from heaven side. And
I
that
don't know.
allows Sick to also throw the curveball down the
Okay,
window
you're probably
towards
still. That's
L,
whatever.
and
Yeah.
just drops for a solo play to get that kill. It's been
8,
very difficult
7,
for NUTURN to set up
6,
a crossfire on that
5.
pulse plant, and Sentinels does a great job out of that. And because of that, this puts NUTURN on a lower buy. Looks like they're forcing up here with a Spectre and a couple of shares.
I don't
But
know.
they've
I
worked
think
their abilities and have worked their
I think in
ultimate
10,
with this
15 minutes
before.
we're out of here.
And now that they have
It's a wrap.
both of
I
them,
think so.
like
I'm thinking the
13,
same.
like 13-4 or something.
13-5, just keep it consistent for.
Yeah, why
on this
not?
map.
Yeah, some early presence there towards A. Solo, in fact, is going to.
Does this mean the loser of this plays V1? So V1
No,
could have,
V1's out.
oh V1's
V1's
oh
out
yeah
now.
V1's out. That's right. The loser of this plays
They have done this
The
a couple
winner of,
times,
like,
NUTURN.
whoever-
Liquid
Like,
Fnatic.
looking to be- especially
Yeah,
on the
okay,
slow
yeah, yeah.
buys. So at this point, it seems
So
like
tomorrow's like
Thomas
I think tomorrow's 2
has a lot of
matches,
anticipation for
and then
that.
Sunday's grand finals, right? It's gotta be.
Yeah,
He
yeah, yeah,
smells
yeah.
weakness, and he'll pounce.
Kind of a dude. I don't know. There's only 10 teams, but I feel like there's so many matches. It started on Monday. It's ending on Sunday. That's crazy.
Yeah, this could
Yeah, that's a
actually be
full
an
week.
opportunity. The Astrostar comes in though.
It doesn't
That
seem like
well
it's
protects
so
Shazam.
close to being
That
done
could
too.
be,
Like,
Yeah.
literally in 2
and
days.
that will
Like tomorrow
stand
is we'll
across
know
the
who's in the
back for
grand
safety.
finals against probably
That said,
Sentinels.
though, maybe
Yeah.
there is no safety. He's gonna have to fight his way out of there.
Oh, that looks so
Well,
laggy.
it's Shazam. He's gonna do just that.
Are they sure
With
they're
that
on land
Phantom,
or?
And he seems like he'll be able to hold this one off
Oof.
by himself.
With 20 seconds left, you've gotten 2 kills. You've upgraded into a Phantom. Are you going to try to hurt more economy or just try to go to save this weapon? Looks to be the first part.
I feel like I think it's so long because I just remember CS tourneys. 4 days, 16 teams.
You remember? I mean,
10 matches
have
a day.
16
10 matches
Yeah.
a day.
we would have 16-team tournaments. You'd fly in on a Thursday night. You're home. You fly home on like a Sunday night or a Monday morning. Like literally 16 teams in 3 days.
So many matches.
To be fair, I mean this was a whole all double limb, all best of 3, and double. I guess that's everything.
Yeah.
A one-shot to the dome.
BO5, I guess. Wait, once we get there.
Is grand finals BO5 confirmed?
I'm
So
pretty
with that, though,
sure.
NUTURN looking for a fast push inside the sewers because of these knives, and they open it up onto tenz.
Yoink.
That is glorious there.
I feel like you found the equation. Anytime you see a breach flash early, it's instantly just they're doing something aggressive. The breach doesn't flash, doesn't use any of his like non-free abilities unless they're doing a strat insta.
Yeah, he won't just throw a flash.
I don't know if there's a dash available.
No,
but
just
like
not even as a fake.
Yeah,
It's literally
just-
if it's a flash, there's a jet dashing or a raise satcheling in.
Comes through onto the A site, but meanwhile, Suggest has been lurking up into B, and the positioning game is well and
I have
truly in
all of
favor
B, but like I feel
NUTURN.
like
However, Dapper
all right,
can still
sick.
cause problems.
I don't think it's not as
That
crucial
said,
as
it looks
having
like
all
they
of
can
A or all of
actually
C
to B.
to yourself, you know.
Oh.
Here comes the paranoia through.
Oh.
Six still good for the frag, though.
Yep,
Sentinels
there it
taking
is.
all of the kills as
Oh,
they come back
no.
into the site. Suggest he thinks that he's being unseen,
Okay,
he
so
gets caught
the
by
fact
Dapper.
that Suggest was in the back of sight and kills 0 after 2 of his teammates already died, that's so unfortunate for them. Oh no, everything's going wrong.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but like, what was he doing?
It
Like
seemed
playing the
again,
long
that's
game,
what
letting his whole
Shroud
team
did,
get
but
ripped apart, and then he was gonna save the day?
After all of the
Why not be the
action,
first? Why not be like the
the
first
action was
kill?
very
You'd get a
convincing
freebie.
for Sentinels.
He definitely could have killed
He could have easily,
Sometimes it's
could
not
have
about the
easily
kills
killed
too,
one of
right?
them.
It's just that single
probably the
fire
Phoenix,
that was
right? He got
played
flashed by the
Dapper on that right
Phoenix
side of
flash,
B,
but
where
there was an angle where he
Suggest
was just like tried to have
activated
too
by
much trigger
walking
discipline
over it.
when he should have just like
It just showed the
yeah,
hand that
what
there
is
Yeah,
it?
he was going for the gold.
Oh,
He was going
man.
for all of it. He's just being
Yeah.
greedy with
But
it.
the fact that they used a Hunter's Fury and the
To be fair, it is kind of
running
unlucky that
back
like the
to pull
last
the attackers
guy
away from A,
actually was
you
the
know
one that
that
went to
it's
actually double check to make sure no one was shielded.
Yeah.
But
you already
he
have
could have
two
definitely
players
walked away with
going
like
back
2
to
or
the
3
choke,
there.
and it didn't give a chance for NUTURN to set up for a post plant, and to try to run through a hot hands like that with all these smokes, not necessarily achievable there for NUTURN.
Now, maybe they were planning something crazy, like let them all in, and then do a breach ult that cuts off before Gong, and then he just goes in from the back and just owns.
They've had some sort of success getting into
because they did use a breach ult, so maybe there was a plan there. But it just didn't happen.
That would be 5-head. I don't know if I don't know if that tactical level would have. Well, maybe, you never know.
Show an upper hand from Sentinels' side.
It's just the same, you know, we can beat this we can beat this idea to the ground, but it's like NUTURN is playing a super aggressive comp on attack, and they're not playing aggressive enough with their comp. They're just getting picked apart before they even gather. Like they're literally like taking slow individual battles and just.
I kind of got here late, not that late, but I feel like I haven't seen any garage control from them when they could just take it easily.
Yeah,
they could easily take it. They just blow up one side, flash, it's theirs. Roomba, flash, it's theirs.
I mean, a lot of meta in NA is trying to find where the Sentinels are playing. Like you know, we talked about this in the other, even the EU game. It's like find where the Sentinel, the Killjoy or Cypher is playing, kill their trips, kill their shocks, or shock their trips, or just kill them, find where they're playing, and then you can do something off of that. But Dapper has full, like, he's not afraid at all, having 2 trips and both of his cages in C site the entire run, and his camera is not even getting, like, found and shot either.
Yeah.
This the round they finally take Garage, maybe?
I feel like they were planning it, and then Sick peeked and killed one.
Good peek there from Sick.
And here comes the dash with the flash on the back box. He's going to be on top of it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
They're waiting. They're letting Sentinels rotate.
Oh, he didn't go on top of the box.
Nicely hit. Allow goes down. Dapper in his own cage.
Oh no.
Cause problems here. Able to get the reload off. Lakia unable to really get the space.
Can you not spam that? Surely you could.
I don't think you can. If you crouch there?
No. I don't believe it. Spam the tip of the head on that angle, looking down.
There's a metal box, like the metal part blocks most of it. Maybe you can do a little damage, but
they are really getting quite far ahead.
Oh yeah, and you drop the spike, unfortunately, as you're trying to move up towards this C side. That's a great pick from Sig. Look at the amount of headshots he's landing right now.
Did you just see what that Raze did? Hello?
Just peek and die?
No, they were double holding Garage, the Garage peek, right? They were holding, one was at the grass box and one was at the grass wall. And as Sick peeks and takes the duel, the Raze just hides, and then his teammate dies. Like, literally, he walked out. He walked out, took the duel, and the Raze hid. There was no flash, nothing. That was so weird. He could have easily got the trade.
Yeah. Oh, finally they tried to do something aggressive in Garage, but unfortunately,
that was unlucky, though. He got spammed.
Yeah.
Like, through smoke.
At the same time, like, we see Allow try to get some action
like,
towards the
if he had a rifle, he catches that guy, though. In SMG.
Yeah, but even this round, one guy ran to Garage alone, and one guy just peeked sewer, and both of them died. So it's 3v5, and there's just no trade potential anywhere.
And they're against 4 players. Tenz has the Blaze Storm ready to go. Oh, out of the sky! Blast Tenz straight in the face. And there
this is not going to work.
All back to C? They already know. They're already moving.
This is going to be quite difficult. Just the Sheriff to go, and Dapper's going to pepper.
Is he looking for a camera? It's not there.
It was there, but not like, not
it's
there.
Deep sea.
It's deep sea. Yeah.
The result is the same.
He had no idea what it was.
Despite all that, I don't care that they lost a round for NUTURN. That was an absolute monster of a shot there from Perry. To flick that into Tenz, flying in the air.
Man,
still 9-2
I love
in
it.
favor of Sentinels. You still have, again, those little silver linings that gives you hope.
The scoreline is kind of expected.
And look at that. He's expected it the whole time. Just really
still a nice shot.
Like I said, NUTURN are doing a good job.
As he's getting pulled too. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Overall, but it's just, again,
wait, it actually was mid-pull. It was mid-suck. He was moving.
I think it was just the second he was like the second it pulled, he shot.
Going all out here
Yeah.
Here we go.
Off a fault line.
All right, look, it's last round. Please, here we go.
Do you after seeing this performance against Sentinels, do you see a NUTURN in the finals going when they get to lowers here? Like, do you realistically see this team beating a Fnatic or Liquid?
I think their Ascent and Split looked way better than their Bind and Haven. Way better. So, you know, if somehow they can manipulate the vetoes to only have to play one of them, which they technically could, maybe they're just so much better at the other maps that they can beat the EU teams. Well, they only have to beat one EU team, right?
Yeah.
Liquid has to play Fnatic, and then Nu plays the winner of that.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, do you think NUTURN can beat Liquid or Fnatic? I personally,
can't get it done, though.
I don't know. I just don't think so.
It's hard watching them get just stomped like this and expect them to be able to. Like, they did look decent on. They looked better on Split than they did on Ascent, and they didn't look that good on Ascent. It was really close, but they definitely have looked just not good on Bind or on Haven the whole tournament.
So you know what? I bet you they can beat a Liquid, but they can't beat a Fnatic. That's my guess. Just looking at comps.
I almost think it would be the other way.
Really?
I think Liquid just plays super like individual and just be able to pick off NUTURN, where Fnatic might give them, other than Durka, they might give them a little too much respect and like try to play a little bit more tactical, and maybe that's what, you know, a team like NUTURN actually does good against.
Just from the sheer fact that they didn't break the camera. It's been another
opposite opinions.
one single ability.
The reason I say that is just because of Liquid's kind of old comp.
Now with this pistol though, pressure is on.
That's true.
They're not feeling it for NUTURN because they're pressuring down towards Stewart.
And Fnatic plays Astra, right?
This allows for the other three players
Does
to
Liquid?
still
They play Brim, I know, on.
They don't play Viper either. They don't play any of those.
Okay, I mean, that's a good point then.
Yeah, that's like my only reasoning. It's just comps. It might feel a little bit more comfortable for them based off comps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, Soms gets caught by a fadeaway from Lakia.
It's not over. It's not over.
Soms left off. And Dapper is now fighting by himself against Jest and Perry.
They got the pistol.
Bombs planted.
As much as possible.
Listen, it's Spike, okay?
There goes Perry, though, with the stick. And Dapper is just counting on coming off of it.
Ooh.
It's not going to work out for Dapper. NUTURN pick up a much-needed round, the pistol round, no less, on this second half.
The Sentinels go for the full BM and just buy like Marshalls and Deagles here?
Oh yeah.
I feel like they do. Knowing them, they must, right?
Yeah, of course they buy this round.
The garage side was just very well done for NUTURN at this point. You said it, Dan. It was a much
give tenz a Marshall. Give Sick like a Deagle or something.
There it is.
Sheriff. There it is. Deagle Sheriffs.
But Sentinels, they just want to close it out right now. Another Marshall in the hands of tenz. He's setting up right now to try to get some sort of control towards the garage area. And the rest of them are now moving just behind him on grass. Looks like it's going to be B.
I can't believe Lakia didn't buy.
This is awesome. You would never expect to see him there.
Doesn't matter. He's dead.
Solo in a good position.
Actually, it's good that he didn't buy, it turned out.
Chaos here. Sentinels trying to spring off of tenz's action. NUTURN control it though, slow it down.
I can't believe he gets that kill, tenz, and dashes in. Hello?
And here they go through Garage.
Take your kill, take your W.
Ready and waiting.
Oh.
It's to be fair, it's not that common for two people to be B on second round.
Oh god, it's so scary.
But
finally finds the bullet onto Soms. Dapper.
Yeah, but you're the one on the force by eco kind of, you know?
Yeah, you're up 10-3.
Yeah, true, true. I guess you are up 10-3, so send it, right? Yeah, you're right.
Just get him out.
Yeah, true. Get him out.
Light comes through as well, and in goes NUTURN.
Okay.
Swing wide with that judge.
Okay.
And Perry with the Spectre. Nice little combo there, and they'll close it down in favor of NUTURN. Oh, that was a bit scary though.
Surprised they didn't. Like, they just ran out like that, right? They ran out with a flashback bomb, and he hit a flick on the graffiti guy. But I'm surprised he didn't use his Aftershock. Aftershock graffiti, flash out. Like, Aftershock graffiti, flash the default flash to swing.
Yeah,
wouldn't that have been better?
I would think so.
It's a little bit shaky for NUTURN.
Might as well. It's like insurance if something goes wrong.
fault line doesn't hit anybody, but you got to.
Maybe they just Solo. Maybe just has the CS thing where it's like it's a 2v1 or 2v2, just gun out, go in and trade.
Yeah, maybe.
Also, it's a judge, so just one shots him if they're anywhere close.
Yeah, maybe not let him get any space at all. Just let him stay as close as possible, so get there fast. Maybe that's what he's thinking. But then again, I very rarely see Solo use his Aftershock. I'll be honest.
Oh, nice.
Dude, that was one of the most fun abilities is Breach too. I think it should be able to kill Killjoy ult.
Tenz once again looking to open.
Well, it probably will soon. Just because just looking at the blog post that they said that the way Breach is played right now, everybody just holds on to flashes, and the other utility that he has isn't used enough, and they don't think it's like they don't think it's good enough, so they're gonna buff the other abilities in some way. The flashes will remain the same. So I'm thinking maybe an Aftershock to kill utility.
And that's 2 for Solo. That is huge. Gets to upgrade to the Phantom. A 5 versus 3 now.
I feel like just Killjoy ult would be enough.
Well, yeah.
Who else couldn't really kill?
It can't really kill anything else, but
yeah, the Killjoy turret, I guess. Sure, why not?
That's what I'm saying. Just throw it in there so it can kill anything.
Yeah.
Just that's a pretty big radius. It might accidentally blow something up.
Very good chance for Sentinels to win this round. Oh. The jump shot is a great way to start things off here. Tenz covering with the daggers, and Sick is going to be doing even better.
He's bailing him out though.
Yeah.
Just like that, it's a 1 versus 3 here for NUTURN. Perry
wins these.
Hell of a task on his hands, and
you think so?
Oh yeah, he wins these. Watch this.
Okay, I'm watching.
Perry can find that first opening engagement. Sentinels with a great peek there.
Almost.
Almost.
One player lower down.
Nice try. Nice try.
Double peek. You can't really beat that too easily.
Damn, dude, that right there was just looked like land diff, by the way. Online, I feel like with how low Tenz was, you could have easily gotten away with peeking and getting a couple shots off before you went down. But he died so fast when he peeked right there.
Yeah.
Like
that was insane how fast he died.
That just turned things over right there for
yeah, I can't really speak to that. I've never played this game online yet, so I feel like this game, yeah, Sag. I always thought Jet would be worse because I feel like the online hitboxes for Jet and Raze when they're moving super fast are broken, but Jets are just as powerful here.
I don't know. I feel like the hitboxes are fine.
Even when Jet's like in the air and Raze is double saturating into your face.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I just think it's just hard to hit. That's all. Just in general, you know. Just like an awkward, movement you're not used to, especially as CS players, right?
Yeah, sometimes you just have to flick your mouse way in the air and swat a Jet out of the sky like she's a little fly.
Yeah, like that's
oh my!
Oh, that's a play.
That's 2 players now against 3, so he's really created. Allow has created a chance for his team. I think Perry is kind of far away though.
Go next.
This will be a very tough one.
GG go next.
GG go next.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like that to worry about, but Tenz is so lethal. There's not too much to be done about that one.
Yeah, when there's no pulse plant utilities that you have to worry about, maybe from shock darts, you still have the firepower that Sentinels has to worry about too. Though that was a nasty shot, and unfortunately, this is gonna be a round to think about.
NUTURN did better than I expected. So
you see how Solo's
that's a W in my eyes.
Like the tournament or just today?
The tournament.
They're not out yet. They're in the lower bracket finals.
They're out.
They're top 3, Shroud.
They're out.
What do you mean? They're top 3.
Yeah, but they're out.
It's going to be very difficult to find the recovery.
So you're saying there's no chance they could be either Fnatic or Liquid?
How they opened the
no.
round, so
well, yeah.
in mid. I think that was really
that's what you're saying right now.
No.
On that timing, but
there's always a chance, but no, there's no chance.
We then had like 2 more pushes.
There's a chance, but there's
does that make sense?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay.
It's looking like it's coming apart a little bit, but we'll see. Have to see if they're able to.
You never know though. You know, maybe Perry wakes up tomorrow, gets some,
this is match point now for
starts owning, carrying.
Maybe picks Astra.
Solo and Suggest they're just fighting.
Imagine that. Tomorrow their whole comp has changed.
but
That
they're
would
retreating.
be, that's a power move if they do that. No way.
It's a Guardian long range. Oh, tenz gets the kill. And despite them getting the kills, they're still falling back here, Dan. So still giving respect to Sentinels. And now Suggest is by himself.
Oh, he jumped into it.
And just like that, it looks like
that was an easy dodge.
That's one way to lose. That's one way to lose.
Oh,
you had man
man.
advantage, and you still lost.
Oh, man.
And he's gonna get peppered from all sides, and there we go.
I mean,
Sentinels
okay, I predicted 13-6, but it 13-4.
To take the series to move forward to the grand
Well,
finals.
grand finals, easy. That was like, I feel like that was the easiest grand finals ever for Sentinels.
In this tournament,
Like the run, yeah.
It's just it's so easy. They're just running over everybody.
For sure. And
They were all 2-0s, right?
Yeah.
Now for Sentinels, they're walking into the grand
Yeah,
finals.
2-0 Fnatic, 2-0 Vikings.
There's a
2-0
world
NUTURN.
in which Sentinels
But
wins
there's
this whole
still so
tournament
much
without
going
losing a
on,
map.
so much potential.
It's looking quite likely
Of
too.
what Shazam currently has in stores into the grand finals, into a BO5. But overall, it's been.
I mean, to be fair, their
Sentinels'
matches
way.
against
You wanted to
Fnatic
have
were
a
pretty
little bit
close,
of,
like
hope
all things
right
considered.
now
Yeah.
for
But
your turn to try to get things
no.
done. Those two
I feel
kills
like
that they've gone at the
we need
beginning of
Fnatic
that last
versus
round where they got
Sentinels in the
eliminated,
finals. It's like the
they
best,
still did
Wait,
best
you-
possible case.
You want Fnatic versus Sentinels?
Yeah, I think Fnatic is the better team. I don't know why. Sentinels.
You don't want to
know.
see a Scream versus tenz?
Sure, I mean I do, but
You
who's
just-
the better team between Fnatic and Liquid? I don't know why. I
mean,
feel like it's
we'll
Fnatic.
We'll see tomorrow who's the better team.
Yeah, well, they have to play each other, and then they have to play NUTURN. So maybe neither of them even make it that far.
Dude, don't, please.
Can you imagine?
Please, that's.
I mean, to be fair, I want Sentinels to win. But I see your chat's like, he goes a trade. No, I think Sentinels is going to win the whole thing, but I feel like the rematch of Fnatic versus Sentinels would be better. I don't know why.
The easiest grand finals of their lives, I think. Yeah, I just want to. I don't really like care too much who they go up against, but I
think this is I think Sentinels is the winner here.
Yeah.
I think they're the grand champions at this point. I think no team has looked as good as them the whole tournament.
for sure.
So that's what I was saying when you were gone. I was saying that like a lot of people are like all the NA teams are sad and salty that they didn't make it, and you know Sentinels is here, but all things considered, like Sentinels looks like the best team this whole event. All of their matches seemed very, maybe against other than Fnatic, like everything was just super one-sided. They look individually just way better than everybody, and I think they deserve the win if the whole tournament's nothing else.